Every day, thousands of tourists come here. But while some are absolutely thrilled, others feel they wasted their money. So is it really worth visiting this hotel? Let's find out. Welcome to Jaz Fanara Resort. Jaz Fanara Resort in Sharm El Sheikh is a 4-star hotel that captivates from the very first moments with its view of the turquoise sea and an amazing coral reef right by the shore. The cozy grounds with green alleys and panoramic sunsets create an atmosphere of total relaxation. The open-air restaurant overlooking the sea offers delicious dishes, while the pool bar serves refreshing cocktails at any time of the day. The staff is always friendly and attentive, and in the evening you can enjoy light entertainment and live music. The hotel is located in one of the best areas of Sharm El Sheikh, near the Old Market and the famous Farsha Cafe. Jaz Fanara Resort is the perfect place for those who seek a mix of comfort, nature, and the magical underwater world of the Red Sea. The hotel's rating is 4.9 on Google, 9.1 on Booking.com, and 4.5 on TripAdvisor. However, even such a popular hotel has its drawbacks, which can significantly affect your choice. Let's take a closer look at all the pros and cons so you can make the right decision. But before we begin, I'd like to ask you to subscribe to our channel and support this video with likes and comments. Thank you. The beach at Jaz Fanara Resort turned out to be a real paradise for sea lovers, though with some nuances. The beach is quite small, and sometimes it was hard for me to find a free spot, especially in the morning, so I quickly realized it was better to reserve an umbrella early. The umbrellas are rather small and don't provide much shade, but fresh beach towels every day made up for that a bit. Despite the limited space, the beach is very clean and well maintained. The bay it's located in is stunning. Crystal clear water, bright corals, and hundreds of colorful fish literally swimming around you. The reef is magnificent, and you can easily reach it right from the shore without a pontoon or boat trip. Snorkeling enthusiasts will be delighted. The sea here is magical. Swimming is pure pleasure, and the underwater world is breathtaking. Sometimes the beach gets too crowded, which slightly spoils the relaxing atmosphere. Another downside is the lack of restrooms, so you have to climb a steep hill under the scorching Egyptian sun. Also, the beach closes too early, so there's no chance to enjoy an evening swim. One more thing I didn't like was the constant approach of vendors offering massages, photo shoots, or souvenirs. It made it harder to fully relax. But despite all the inconveniences, the beach and sea at Jaz Fanara Resort left me with the brightest and warmest memories. And it wasn't just the beach that impressed me in this hotel. The territory of Jaz Fanara Resort made a very pleasant impression on me, although it's not very large. Everything is well thought out, and it feels cozy, as if you're in a small oasis. The location is excellent, near Farsha Cafe, the Old Market, and the Mango Store, and Nyama Bay is just a few minutes away by taxi. The hotel grounds are slightly elongated, and my room was quite far from the beach and restaurant. I had to walk almost a kilometer to get down to the beach, so a small shuttle service around the property would be very helpful, but the views along the way are just stunning. Green alleys, blooming bushes, and the sparkling sea in the distance. The pool here is wonderful, especially in the evening hours when the sun sets and the terrace offers incredibly beautiful views. The pool bar pleases with good drinks and friendly staff. Overall, the facilities are excellent. Everything is clean, tidy, and well maintained. There is Wi-Fi in the hotel, but it's not very fast, so it's better to buy a SIM card at the airport in advance. The atmosphere on the grounds is very calm, perfect for relaxation and walks. And although the hotel can't boast a huge area, it completely makes up for it with coziness and beautiful scenery. Now, let's head to the main restaurant to see what kind of food guests can enjoy here. I really like the food at Jaz Fanara Resort. The meals were always delicious, and there was something new every day, so I never got bored at the table. Fresh vegetables, meat, and fish at the buffet were always of high quality. I especially like the Le Gazelle restaurant, where you can have breakfast and dinner outdoors. The atmosphere there is relaxed, and the food selection is really impressive. The main restaurant also offered a good variety. Not huge, but sufficient. The menu overall was diverse, Lots of drinks, desserts, and appetizers, and there was always something to suit your taste. To be honest, the presentation of the dishes could have been a bit more refined, but that's just nitpicking. The only real downside was that after 10 p.m. there was no food available, which was a bit disappointing because after an eventful day, I wanted at least a light snack. Overall, I would describe the dining experience as tasty and varied, with only a few minor flaws. And after such a delicious meal, it's time to return to my room and show you what surprised me there. My room at Jaz Fanara Resort was quite cozy, but had a few small drawbacks. Cleanliness was excellent, housekeeping was done daily, and everything was spotless. The mattresses were very comfortable, so I slept perfectly, but the pillows initially had an unpleasant smell, which the staff quickly fixed by replacing them. However, the room itself seemed a bit small and slightly dark. I would have preferred more natural light. The air conditioner worked only for the first 15 minutes and then mysteriously turned off, which was inconvenient on hot days. There were no mosquito nets on the balcony, so we couldn't open the window for fresh air. Also, drying wet clothes on the balcony was almost impossible. There was a severe lack of space and no proper hangers. I also missed a few simple essentials. There were no bathrobes, cotton buds, or toothbrushes in the room. Overall, the impression of the room was good, but it definitely could use a light renovation. And even though I had a great impression of the hotel itself, we all know that people working there can either make or break your vacation. So let's talk about the staff. The staff at Jaz Fanara Resort left me with the warmest impressions. All the employees were incredibly friendly, attentive, and always ready to help. I especially remember the young bartenders. They not only made delicious drinks, but also created a great mood every day. I particularly want to mention the bartender at the beach bar. He always smiled and knew exactly what cocktail I wanted even before I ordered it. I liked that the staff wasn't intrusive. No one disturbed my rest, but they were always nearby if I needed anything. Politeness and professionalism were evident in everything. I truly felt that they cared about making guests happy. Thanks to their attitude, my vacation was genuinely comfortable and pleasant. The only thing I missed was a bit more excitement and emotional energy. And here's why. The entertainment at Jaz Fanara Resort was quite varied, although my impressions were mixed. Every day there were lots of activities for guests. Pool volleyball, darts, yoga, and different games. The animation team worked hard to create a fun atmosphere and really knew how to entertain the audience. I liked that the programs didn't repeat. Every day offered something new. However, compared to larger hotels, the animation here felt a bit modest. Maybe it just lacked some energy and spectacle, although we should remember this is a 4-star hotel. But overall, I didn't get bored. For a relaxing vacation, these activities were more than enough. Jaz Fanara Resort in Sharm El Sheikh is a wonderful 4-star hotel on the Red Sea coast that captivated me from the very first moments. The grounds are cozy and beautiful, and although the beach is small, it has a stunning coral reef. This hotel is perfect for those dreaming of clear water, bright corals, great snorkeling, and a peaceful atmosphere. Yes, Jaz Fanara Resort has a few minor drawbacks, such as weak Wi-Fi, not the most spacious rooms, and modest evening entertainment. But all of this fades compared to the warm service, great food, and amazing underwater world. The staff here genuinely cares and creates a feeling of comfort and hospitality. By the way, Jaz Fanara Resort has an excellent location. It's easy to get to the Old Town and the main tourist area of Nama Bay. Despite the small flaws, I would gladly return here again for the beautiful sea, cozy atmosphere, and kind people who make this hotel special. But friends, the final choice is always yours. Only you can decide whether this hotel is worth your vacation. And while you're thinking, I recommend watching our other videos about Egyptian hotels. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss our next reviews. See you soon in a new hotel.